I like the effort and some of the execution that our team did tonight. It's a lot of things that we have been practicing and we put into game situation. We are really disappointed about the loss. I thought we had a lot of opportunities, in the fourth set. Definitely in the fourth set, we had opportunities to take that set and end the match, and definitely had opportunities in the fifth that we didn't take advantage of. And Texas State, took advantage of those situations before we could. So, we're disappointed about the loss, but a lot of good things out of the players.
Questions?
So what positives can you take away from this game going forward, as this was your first home game, and what positives can you take away going into tomorrow's match against Georgia and then Saturday's match against UCLA?
Is this for me?
For either of you.
Go ahead,
For either of you.
Let Haley speak here.
Okay. I thought we handled serve receive pretty well. I felt like we played more as a unit. We communicated when things weren't working well. We would come to the middle and sometimes not even say anything, just look at each other, take a breath, laugh, just move on. It's tough to lose these close matches, but the good thing is that we have opportunities, like Joy said, and we just got to keep continuing to execute when we get those chances.
After that first set, you turned it on, this is for Joy. After the first set, you kind of turned it on in the second and third set. What just clicked for you all in those two sets?
What we talked to the team about is really getting in a rhythm together. Volleyball's, you got 6 people on this small court, and everyone's got to be in rhythm. And I think that's how it is with a lot of sports. And we just started getting into a rhythm in our second, and I think throughout the rest of the match, gotten to our rhythm. Now, would I have rather had us get into our rhythm in the first set? Yeah. But we were trying to kind of figure out what Texas State was what their game plan is and what they were doing, and eventually we got into it in the second. For us, we need to, get in that rhythm right when we step on the court in the first set, though. So that's what we're working toward.
The fourth set seemed to be back and forth as you two kept trading blows, and then Texas State kind of had their little stride at 2020 when number 4 was serving. What can you say about that moment?
Well, I mentioned it before, is we definitely had opportunities to take that set. And kudos to number 4 on their team, where she went back and did something from the end line and took control over that set with her serve. I wouldn't say it was our best serving game. I thought we were a better serving team than we were tonight. But she took advantage, and I think that's what made the big difference in that fourth set between us winning or losing and Texas State winning.
This is a question for Haley. This is your second game you've played a fifth set, and in your 4 games you've started off. So, what lessons can you take away from these 5-set games, as you're now 1-1 in 5-setters?
I think we just have to take advantage of the opportunities so that we don't get to 5. As you said, in the fourth, we need to take care of some things. Could have started off better in the first. But once we get to that 5th set, we need to reset and just know that regardless of what happened, we're in the 5th set and we're here now, whether we like it or not. And just really be on everything. We've been playing for an hour already. We should know what they're doing. We should hit our spots and just kind of execute and have that extra little urgency.
This question for either of you. Next up is Georgia. What's it going to take down the Bulldogs, as they're coming off of a tough 3-set loss to UCLA?
I think we just have to execute on our side, regardless of who's on the other side, because they definitely have their strengths that we're scouting, but ultimately it's if we execute, I think.
This is a question for Coach Joy. Coach Karen of Texas State has been coaching for 40 years. What can you say about her and her longevity at that program?
Well, she's amazing, and she's done a really good job at Texas State. They have had a great record every year that she's been there. They've made the NCAA tournament. So I remember they announced it on the when they announced her name and introduced her, saying that she'd been there for 40 years, and I got chills. I just thought, hey, it's a pretty impressive thing to do in this, and be a woman coaching at that level for 40 years. So, I respect her very much in what she's done.
All right, and last question for you, Joy. Who stood out tonight for your team?
Well, I think, of course, we got great play from Haley. Haley's just controlling that back row. She owns it. And so, she had an impressive 25 digs, which she outdug anyone on the court tonight. 100%. We had great play out of our seniors. Ari Joie did great in the middle with her attack, her serve from the end line. And KJ Norville came through. She's our other senior middle. And, our matches that we had on the road, we talked to them about, hey, you guys are the seniors. You guys need to step up and do that. And they answered. And I think tonight they all three stood out a lot on the court and really contributed. So I'm really proud of them for that. I think it's great leadership, and I think our younger kids will feed off of that in the future.